Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today we have the very last of the menu books. This is menu book number 46, the Historic Sports Car Masters Race 1 at Goodwood Motor Circuit. And a little bit sad to see these menu books finish, but it's been quite a ride. I hope you've enjoyed us. If you are a subscriber and you've been following me on, thank you ever so much for your support. It's very much appreciated. If you're not, please consider hitting that subscribe button. But let's get into the video and see what's involved with this final menu book. Now, all of the races are in Europe. We're at Goodwood, the circuit to Spa-Francorchamps, and I messed that name up, and also the Nürburgring. And the Nürburgring was amazing. I decided to do this in the Sierra Cosworth, and I am running on the hard AI settings for these three races. So I'm narrating this video after the fact because I was just having to concentrate so much. And one of the things that we really needed to do with our Cosworth is to pop out and do a little bit of work on it, because we are up against some really fast cars in this particular race. So I head off and do the usual. I've gone with the carbon ceramic brakes. We also put in a set of racing pads I've started to introduce as well, and then we headed off for the weight reduction. Stage 1, Stage 2 and Stage 3. I don't think there was a Stage 4, we will see in a moment. That's Stage 3, and then we went no Stage 4. We also made sure that we got our racing medium tyres, which we bought previously, and then we went a little bit further by putting a racing air filter on the car and also the racing silencer, and we coupled that with the racing manifold. I always do those two together. Really trying to fully load this one as much as we can to give us the performance that we may well need. I also grabbed the ballast and also the fully customizable computer while we were here, and I also decided to head over to the anti-lag system to drop that on there as well, even though I don't think at this point I picked up a turbo. Probably should have done. Unless the car's already got one. Maybe it's already got one. Not quite sure. Anyway, I digress. So the performance points is a little bit high at this stage, so we just needed to go into some fine tuning, and this is where the ballast comes in, just to take that down just a little bit. So 100. Which got us to performance points of 592. Taking that right the way up still didn't get us to where we needed to be, so a slight modification on the ECU. That got us to 579.13, a little tweak on the ballast, and we went up to 579.83, which is good enough for the race. So just come out of there, and we will go into the race itself, which is the Historic Sports Car Masters at the Goodwood Motor Circuit. 5 laps of this track that I've usually struggled at this one, in particular when we're on the hard AI settings. So it will be interesting to see whether the modifications that we've done to the Sierra RS Cosworth are going to be man enough, especially with some of the cars that we're up against. There's a Lamborghini in here, there's a Ferrari, and some pretty fast cars. We've got some slower ones that we will need to get through very quickly. Oh, getting it really wrong there. So you can already see needed to back out of that one immediately with a spin. So with the modifications, we are going to need to just take this car with a little bit of care and respect, and not just simply throw it around these corners. You can already see the way that these historical cars, they are moving around quite a fair bit. But we did settle down with the Cosworth fairly quickly, just going up the inside of this one, 5th gear through here. So looking for this braking point, I tend to brake in a straight line before that corner, Just needed to take it over the curb and the grass a little bit there. Felt the BMW was going to be closing the door on us, and I really didn't want to tangle with him at that speed whilst the car is a little bit off balance. Slowing it down and getting a little bit more under control to go past the Maserati. We're then onto the Ferrari Dino, which we managed to get past reasonably nicely, and then that beautiful Aston Martin DB5. Just want to admire these cars as we're overtaking them, but really having to keep an eye on the track, looking for those brake marks to bury the brake pedal, get this Cosworth slowed down. We can then carry a bit more speed through here. Can we get up the inside of 308? Yes, we can, which puts us right on the back of the Shelby Mustang. Going to go to the right hand side as we climb up through the gears, making our way through this traffic reasonably nicely. So we're on lap 2 at the moment. We're in 6th place at the moment, chasing down this Porsche Carrera. You can see the back of this Cosworth is sliding around now, going to the right hand side of the 911. The 911 is still there, using the radar to make sure that we are getting past. We've got the inside line for this corner. The 911 has to back out a little bit. It gives us the advantage, and then just looking to get it slowed down before this slight right-hander that spits me out so often, or I end up going wide on that corner again, sticking to the glass just to cleanly get past the Chevrolet. Now we're looking at this this car in front of us. Not quite sure what it is. What is it? Let's have a look. It's a Angusta. Never heard of that one, but that was a bit of a bump, sent him a little bit wide, into it up the inside to claim third place. Now at this point, first and second are a country mile away, so we are 7.8 seconds adrift, and at this point we really need to hook up this Cosworth and really see if we can put in some good laps. And you'll notice if you look at the little red timing box at the top, there are parts on this track where they're going off right away from us, as they are now, and other areas where we managed to reel them in. It really was a case of working the gears, working the back end of this Cosworth, just to try and get it around this very quick track as quickly as we could. And I'll be honest with you, most of the time I actually felt as if I was out of control of this Cosworth and literally just fighting it to keep it on the track and pointing in a straight line. So the time now is down to just below 5 seconds. A lot of the time that I'm making up is being made up through the braking zones. So at this point I'm braking as late as I dare, using the gears to get the car turned in, keep it pointing in the right direction, and be able to get on the power as soon as possible. So as we come through here looking for these black marks, bury the brake pedal down into third gear, getting it turned in, just letting it run, turning there as well on the power, and just backing out slightly, second gear to go through the chicane to get on the back of this beautiful Lamborghini Countach. Come on, can we get past him? No, he's going away from us. This is an example of how much faster these two cars are in front of us. We do not have the power on the straights, but the AI is braking, in my mind, needlessly through some of these corners, which is giving us the opportunity to catch them. That's second place now, 2.5 seconds to the car in front, 2.6, it's pulling away slightly. As we approach these corners, we can get the time down to 2 seconds. We're very brave through here, braking as late as we can, fourth gear, braking again through here, third gear to get it turned in. That upsets the balance of the car and puts us across the grass. But we are on the back of this Miura. Can we go down the inside? No, just backing out so we don't tap the car. We want to try and keep this clean if we can. Beautiful car, this Lamborghini Miura, but at this precise moment in time I am hating it. Just going away from me down this straight, and time is running out. We're on lap 4 of 5. That Miura got to almost 1 second ahead, but we can close up again under braking. Need to be really bold through here, Can we get this Miura under braking into the hairpin? No, he pushes us wide. Two cars side by side. He's never going to work through there. I thought I got the edge over the Miura, but the AI is not going to give in. It fought back, and that has now put us 2 seconds off the Miura. We are on the final lap, and this now really is everything to play for. Really having to go through it at the precise moment in time. Also, looking at the radar, the car behind isn't there, but looking at the track map, the third place car is ready to pounce on any mistake that we might make. Just leave the braking as late as possible, get it turned in, using the curb and the grass. Again, leaving as late as possible, again using the curb and the grass, trying to get down the outside of the Miura this time. He's still there, coming back under braking. We get ahead of him into the corner. That move should now be done. Can we just keep the power on? Can we bring this home? This is the final lap. This is one of the straights where that Miura is mighty. It is catching us 1.2, 1.1, 1 second, just under a second now. We need to brake as late as possible into this corner, carry as much speed through the first part. Ride that curb to carry as much speed through as we can. We've got a back marker in front of us, hopefully won't get in the way. Second gear through the chicane, and it's a fast sprint to the line to bring this gorgeous Sierra Cosworth home, just 2 seconds ahead of that fast charging Miura. What a race! Thoroughly enjoyed that one. My heart was beating during the race, it's beating now. I thoroughly enjoyed that. 1.8 seconds ahead of that Ferrari Miura at the end. The Countach was not far behind, and we really had to go for it. So this is the first of the 3 races in this historical class. Please join me for race number 2, which will be coming very soon. We're going to be heading off to Spa, which is going to be really interesting. So please hit the bell button for notifications of when I release that video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already to support the channel, and I look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, take care. Bye bye.